Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. Okay, Lord willing, I'm gonna keep this short, sweet and to the point. wanted to go into a lesson based on character building, and I usually go into lessons on character building from time to time throughout the year. You know, I've been going into different things. It's been heavy on my spirit, something that I've actually been looking into more and more. You know, the Lord been taking me on my own journey, as you know, brothers and sisters have been on the same alike. But came across this video actually last week. A brother had did a video on her, and so when I seen it again being uploaded. I decided to do my own video on it, and this was, right up the alley. So this is from Urban T. It says, he has it entitled, "I Would Never Explain What I Bring to the Table, Modern Women Red Pill Urban Lounge Podcast." So I'm gonna play it from the beginning just so you can hear everything she says, and then got a quote to go with it, and I'm gonna get a couple scriptures. And Lord will, is edifying. This is fair use, fair use, fair use. I'm not using your content to make any money. This is strictly for educational purposes, bringing out biblical truth. Fair use, fair use.
Bro, I swear that these modern women are insufferable. Case in point.
I'm 135 pounds. I can cook. I can clean. I have all of my teeth except for my wisdom teeth. I can change brakes. So I definitely can change tires. I know how to change my own oil. I can paint walls of houses. I can put them tall things up on the roof. I can grow the hell out of some food. I can make clothes. I can wash clothes, iron clothes, fix clothes. I can do hair. I can make medicine from plants. I can do taxes. I'm starting a nonprofit. I am, how do I say this? I work out, okay? I'm physically fit. I work out. I take care of myself. I can drive. I'm ahead on my bills. I can buy my own flowers. I can arrange the flowers and I can grow the flowers. I can heal myself and I can heal others. That's just scratching the surface of me not trying to sound like I'm doing too much. Yet with all of these things that I have going on, I will never, ever explain to a man what I bring to the table.
Bro, I swear.
Now, I'm going to go through a couple of the things that she said.
These modern women are
and I'm going to pull up the comments. Because everybody in the comment section is saying the same thing. As you can see. They're mocking. Jack of all trades, master of none. She's the man she's looking for. Can she shut up? She has no idea what the question means, and she's not even trying to learn what is asked of her. She will never, ever find a man. Congratulations, you're a functional adult. None of those skills or qualities might make you special. And that's true, because she's going into things that, you know how many men and women know how to do the things that you are naming? A lot of these things, that doesn't make you special. And the scriptures, everything that she named was literally external, physical. Literally, I'm going to play her. What did that say? She explained it to the entire planet. 100 years from now, men that haven't even been born yet will be able to hear from her mouth what she brought to the table. Okay, I thought it said something else. But anyways, just listen to everything she naming. Everything is going to be external, literally.
35 pounds. I can cook. I can clean. I have all of my teeth except for my wisdom teeth. I can change brakes. So I definitely can change tires. I know how to change my own oil. I can paint walls of houses. I can put them tall things up on the roof. I can grow the hell out of some food. I can make clothes. I can wash clothes, iron clothes, fix clothes. I can do hair. I can make medicine from plants.
Every single thing she's naming is carnal.
Do taxes.
That's severely carnal. Nobody cares about that. No man is asking you to do these things. Now the cooking and the cleaning, of course. That's a given. That's a part of being an adult. That you really, I mean, you get credit for it, but at the same time, that's something you're supposed to do as an adult, not even just a woman, as an adult. And then furthermore, as a woman, because that's a part of your role to cook and clean for your family, for your husband and children if you have children, but whenever you do have children, for your husband and your children, or if the man that you're with have children and you don't, you do it for him and his children. That still would be your family. That's a part of your role. You don't get credit for that.
I'm starting a nonprofit. I am, how do I say this? I work out, okay? I'm physically fit.
Again, that's something that women's supposed to do. You don't want to be unattractive. You don't want your man to not be attracted to you.
Work out. I take care of myself. I can drive. I'm ahead on my bills. I can buy my own flowers.
And all these things she's naming, she hasn't said not one time that she has a man, But you know what she did say?
Yet, with all of these things that I have going on, I will never, ever explain to a man what I bring to the table.
And guess what? These type of women with this type of mindset will not be saved, because that doesn't matter. So I want you to get this quote. It said it's insane how many people are insecure about their appearance, but not their character, And this woman does not, she hasn't said anything about the internal. She hasn't said anything about what qualities truly define her. But in actuality, she really did. Because when she was going into it, first and foremost, it was pride. Everything that she was telling you, like, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that. And I never explained to a man what I bring to the table. That's prideful. That's so prideful. And that's so haughty. As the scriptures call it. Let's get that. Oh. This is Isaiah 3:16. It says, moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet. And I'm gonna get it in different translations. In the where was it? In NET, the Lord says the women of Zion are proud. See, it says they are proud, and that was nothing but pride. Everything that she was going into was prideful, because she didn't even say it. She wasn't going into, that wasn't a humble spirit on her. I say it like that. That wasn't humility, and you saw it at the very end. She's going into everything carnal, but nothing about the spirit, nothing about her character, because we living in a society that's literally finna crumble. Everything about this society is finna diminish. You're not going to be, all the things that you named, you're not going to be able to do in a short amount of time, or it's going to be extremely, extremely limited on what you're going to be able to do. And everything that you named, that a man ain't go, what you gonna care about brakes, changing brakes, knowing how to buy flowers in the time of Jacob's trouble, when it's gonna be all hell breaking loose. And the scriptures talk about 7 women shall take hold of one man for security, for stability, because they want to take away their reproach. It's literally gonna be dangerous for a woman to be without a man, especially a man of the Lord, because those are the ones that's going to be saved, the men of the Lord. But it's going to be extremely dangerous in the times that's to come. This is a time like never before. And you thought to get on social media single. Get on social media and tell the world things that you can do that no man care about. You might have a woman or women that'll big you up, but a majority of them women, they in the same boat, single, and can't get a good man. It's not even about getting a man at this point. Because we see it, and I say we, I mean us of the hopeful elect, and that includes men, women, and children. We see it. We know that first and foremost, the prize is Yahweh by Shema Shai. That's who we chasing as men. But the women, well, the women that's of the hopeful elect, you know, they're wanting to be with the men of the Lord. See, the Lord has opened their eyes to know what's the real value. Let me get a couple of these scriptures. This is Isaiah 13 and 12. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Those men that's going to be left during that time standing firm is going to be the men of the Lord, you know, the men of the elect. Those are the men that's the true prize. And the women, the hopeful, the sisters of the hopeful elect, they see that, they know that. It's just the rest of these women is going to find that out during the time of Jacob's trouble. So you think to get on social media and say all these things that you can do in the most prideful way that you can say, and get bigged up, get your ego, get your ego all built up in a way like that, which I don't know when she made this video, but I'm pretty sure it was recent because I haven't seen it before. So you get on there and get all these women to basically inflate your ego by saying, this is what you wanted, or this is empowering, and you don't have a man. You can't even get a good man, because you might be able to find a regular guy. When I said regular guy, I mean a man that at some point in time, he's not going to be able to save you, or he's not going to be able to lead you to to spiritual safety, spiritual security. He's not going to be able to handle all the judgments that the Lord is bringing up on the earth, and the Lord may not be with him. That's the type of man you would probably be able to get. But a man of the Lord, you put yourself out there, and we make videos on you because we're commanded to do this. We're commanded to bring out the truth and bring out edification. Furthermore, the Spirit be put on, the Lord put the Spirit on us to bring out edification. So you put your face out there, and it'll be remembered for everything that you said. Let's get that. This is Matthew chapter 12 and 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that man shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. Everything that you say. Let's get the next verse. I'm reading the AMP. It says, but I tell you, on the day of judgment, people will have to give an account for every careless or useless word they speak. For by your words reflecting your spiritual condition, you will be justified and acquitted of the guilt of sin, and by the words rejecting me, you will be condemned and sentenced. It's no confusion as to the woman's place, what she's supposed to be doing, and what's really the most important thing for a woman. It's learning how to be a wife and learning how to serve a man. It's 1 Peter chapter 3, AMP. In the same way, you wives, be submissive to your own husbands, subordinate, not as inferior, but out of respect for the responsibilities entrusted to husbands and their accountability to the Most High. And so partnering with them so that even if some do not obey the word of the Most High, that they may be won over to Yahweh Shai without discussion by the godly lives of their wives. Meaning, you're supposed to still live in accordance to the way Yahweh by Shema Shai commanded you, and be submissive to your man, especially if that man is of the elect, or of the hopeful elect, especially if that man is serving Yahweh by Shema Shai. But even if he's not, you doing what you're supposed to do and serving the Lord can possibly win him over and bring him into it. When they see your modest and respectful behavior, her behavior wasn't modest. That was pride. That was haughty. She had a pride. She was just going into everything carnal. All the things that's carnal that she thought was valuable, that makes her of value. Even the cooking and cleaning, while that is good, knowing how to use medicine, knowing how to do this and that, that's good. But a man would rather have a woman who's humble, modest, quiet, and peaceful, and have to teach her how to do like cook and clean things like that, than have a woman that knows how to do it, who's loud, who's proud, and who isn't submissive. And she doesn't understand that. And many women like her don't understand that either. When they, verse 2 again, when they see your modest and respectful behavior together with your devotion and appreciation, love your husband, encourage him, and enjoy him as a blessing from the Most High. Now, here's the point. Your adornment must not be merely external, with interweaving and elaborate knotting of the hair and wearing gold jewelry, or being superficially preoccupied with dressing in expensive clothes, which, is going into the external things. It's basically saying, look, your focus shouldn't be on the external beauty, but let it be the inner beauty of the hidden person of the heart, meaning your character, with the imperishable quality and unfading charm of a gentle and peaceful spirit, one that is calm and self-controlled, not over anxious, but serene and spiritually mature, which is very precious in the sight of the Most High. Right. And that's very precious in the sight of man too. We love a woman that moves like that, who has a calm, peaceful, gentle spirit. She's feminine, and she knows her place as serving the man, so she knows how to do that, or at least at the very least, she's trying her best, because we all been affected by Babylon. We all been affected by America, and we all have to learn. That's the point of character building. We all are being built up, but the point is, mass majority of these women are not even trying. But they'll get on videos and social media and make videos saying they ain't gonna what you bring to the table. Asking the man what he brings to the table. Well, he the man. He built the table. He's the one setting the foundation. He's the one establishing the direction in which everything is going to go. And it's your job to help. It's your job to help him, as the scriptures say. But it starts with, or that transformation starts in the interior. All that stuff is good on the exterior. Matter of fact, let me get that. How is it worded? Let's see. Quick, I'm trying to remember how it's worded. Okay, I think this. Yeah, let's start here. All right, yeah. This is 1 Corinthians 13, starting at verse 1. If I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love for others growing out of the Most High's love for me, then I have become only a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal, just another distraction. Right. And this is Paul saying, look, if I know how to speak in different languages, and if I know how to communicate with people that don't even speak the same language as you, it don't mean nothing if I don't have charity, if I don't have the love that Yahweh Bashim Awashai showed unto us. And what is that love? What is love? Love is the keeping of the commandments. Let me get that real quick. I'm not even gonna click on it. Let me just read it. Okay, here it is. John 14 and 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments. See, that's love. John 14 and 23. Yahweh shall answer and said to him, if a man love me, he will keep my words, and my Father will love him, and we will come unto him and make our abode with him. So love is the keeping of the commandments that Yahweh Bashim shall give us. And by keeping his commandments, you learn why that truly is love, because now you're not going to do the things that's sinful or against both the Heavenly Father and against your brothers and your sisters. And that shows, look, because love is shown by action. Love is an emotion, but it's shown by action. So if we don't have love, look, I didn't even see the footnote. It says, okay, here it is. Look, the footnote says, an example, a profound thoughtfulness and unselfish concern for other believers, regardless of their circumstances or station in life. Right. Thoughtfulness and unselfish concern. And this also goes into that inner man, that character. These are things that has to be built. Verse 2. And if I had the gift of prophecy, AMP, and speak a new message from the Most High to the people and understand all mysteries and possess all knowledge, and if I have sufficient faith so that I can remove mountains, but do not have love reaching out to others, I am nothing. See, even Paul said, if I was the top prophet, knowing all understand that I understood everything, I got all type of knowledge, I can do all these things. I can move mountains. But if I don't have the love, the keeping of the commandments, it don't mean anything. And I'm nothing. Verse 3, if I give all my possessions to feed the poor, and if I surrender my body to be burned, but do not have love, it does me no good at all. So what's the thing that's in common? All of these things are external. Paul is saying, if I can do all these external things, these things of carnal, or these carnal things, but I don't have the true love of Yahweh by Shem Abishai, I don't really keep the commandments like I'm supposed to. I ain't really concerned with that. I'm more concerned with the physical carnal things, then I'm nothing. It's the same rule that applies to even that lady right there and all the other women. You saying all these carnal things that you can do, but if your character is not appealing or pleasing to Yahweh by Shem Abishai, you are nothing. It don't mean anything. Verse 4, love endures with patience and serenity. Love is kind and thoughtful and is not jealous or envious. Love does not brag and is not proud or arrogant. See? It's all going to your character. And I'm going to read just a little bit more. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. All of these are going into your character. These are not tangible things or physical things. These are all about who you are. If that's in you, you're not going to be rude. It says, or proud or arrogant. So like I said, it is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not provoked, nor overly sensitive and easily angered. It does not take into account a wrong endured. It does not rejoice at injustice, but rejoices with the truth when right and truth prevails. Love bears all things, regardless of what comes, believes all things, looking for the best in each one, hopes all things, remaining steadfast during difficult times, endure all things without weakening. Love never fails. It never fades nor ends. But as for prophecies, they will they will pass away. As for tongues, they will cease. As for the gift of special knowledge, it will pass away. Right. So, and then it started going to something else. But that was the point I was trying to make on that. So, like it said, look, love triumphs that. The keeping of the commandments of Yahweh by Shem Abishai triumphs all these physical things that you're able to do as a woman. Or that you're able to do. Because a lot of those things she was naming were both feminine and masculine things. A man is not going to go to a woman or his woman to teach her, for her to change his brakes. You're going to go to a man. Now let me get a couple more. This is Isaiah 4:1, because I want to bring out a point by saying, look, because just say that video was different and she said all that, but in a proud, not in a proud, but in a humble way. She just basically saying, she know how to do all these things, and say, instead of ending her video saying she'll never ask a man or tell a man what she brings to the table, what if she ended her video saying she know how to do all these things, but with all these things, she's ready to serve a man, and she's just going into how she can be an asset to him, even if it's things that he doesn't need, and that would be very beneficial, because we coming into the time where Isaiah 4:1 is literally finna play out. And if a woman in a humble mindset, you know, as the scriptures tell how women's supposed to be, building their inner character. If you know how to do other things, and there's other women that this man has taken in that doesn't, you can show them and teach them. Y'all supposed to work together, you know, because I wanted to go into a video about, which I might, you know, do another segue into it. I ain't want to make this too long, but how the Lord it's a response to another brother video, how the Lord is bringing back the desire of a family into the earth, you know, and a family is like a team. They working together, including women. So she naming all these things that she know how to do, you know, or that she can do, and some things she probably haven't even named, you know. Just say like she said she 135 pounds, so she physically fit. She know how to work out. Where you might be able to help another woman that man is dealing with, which will be his wife, you know, or one of his wives. You might be able to help her become the same way. You know, y'all work together, and she can help you with other stuff, you know, because that's what it's all about. And that's the type of energy and vibration the Lord is going to bring into the earth. And that's a humble spirit too, you know. But the type of spirit she came in was proud and pride. This is Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Let us only be called by thy name. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. It's all right. Meaning you don't got to do the things that a traditional situation of marriage would have to require. You know, we'll take care of these things ourselves. You ain't got to worry about that. But we want to be attached unto you. We want your name, you know, and we want to be your wives, basically. And that comes through the act of sex, you know. So going back to the quote, it's insane how many people are insecure about their appearance, but not their character. In which that appearance, you know, it can be physical, you know, it can also be like how people would say their resume, you know, what it looks like and what they can do and what they've done, different things like that, but not insecure about their character. Because just in that little video alone, that pride that she had disqualified her from any of the men of the Lord. I mean, she's physically attractive, but that only got you so far, you know. That only got you to the point to where we clicked on the video. That's as far as that physical attractiveness go. Because as soon as we heard you speaking and going into what you were saying and how you ended it, that instantly turned men off, you know, for considering you on the long term. You just a physical release at that point. But the Lord will, this was an edifying lesson. On that note, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. Until next time, shalom.